Club, hosted by myself at the West Midlands Combined Authority, supported by RMF Construction Training in Solihull and in central Birmingham. And then gladly to say today we will record the session, so as per normal it will be uploaded to YouTube after today's session. So if there's anything you want to recap on or anything in terms of contact opportunities you want to pick up on after today, please feel free to log on to the link which will be sent on to you separately. As with these sessions, we like to record them, so we do like to have cameras on if at all possible, because again we do snapshot opportunities. For those like Amar, who's got a fantastic cap on today, we'll probably use yourself in terms of a screenshot we grab and push this out onto social media, because it's always good to see our population represented with the trendy and the current. So I am an icon in my own right in the Combined Authority, and Amar in presumably Birmingham is an icon at the same time. So great, excellent. Always good to see Birmingham residents on here. So we will get back to our agenda. We really have to say a big thank you to two host organisations that are going to help us promote jobs and opportunities for West Midlands residents today. Our colleagues at L Lynch Plant Hire. We're still working on the premise to be in somewhere in Birmingham, but at the minute the head office is in Milton Keynes until I can persuade the chief executive of the organisation to move to the West Midlands full time. And then, thankfully, equally, we've got colleagues from Balfour Beatty Vinci on today, hosting what is Europe's biggest civils contract. And Cam's just happily joined there at this moment in time to tell us more about the huge opportunities that exist within the Balfour Beatty direct hire and supply chain opportunities today. So, unusually for us, we've decided to go men first. So Cam, you will have to wait. Apologies for that. We're not being very polite in terms of etiquette, but I'm looking forward to hearing more from Tom Law at L Lynch Plant Hire today about what opportunities exist within civils and infrastructure and plant operator world for the West Midlands. So Tom, if I can hand over to you at this point to hopefully provide the individuals from the West Midlands with what should hopefully be great opportunities and something that will be very much interested in.
Thank you, Sean. I'm just sharing my screen. Can everyone see it?
Got it.
Yep.
Smashing. There we go. It's just live. It's coming up. Well, hello, everyone. My name's Tom Law. I'm here with Jez Bonner. I'm a HS2 project manager for Lynch Plant Hire. So primarily today, the opportunities that we are offering or looking to recruit on would be HS2 in the West Midlands. Sean mentioned our head office is in Hemel Hempstead, but we are currently building an office and premises on the outskirts of Birmingham, just near the airport. So we are heavily involved in the region and will be for 10 to 25 years to come. Been working on HS2 for 5 years now. So we're well developed in the area and well developed within the project. It's good that Balfour Beatty Vinci are on today. A lot of our work is with them. So this should, the opportunity should flow nicely between what we do and what Balfour Beatty Vinci can offer. So the business has been around for 42 years. Our primary objective is to put diggers and dumpers and rollers and dozers out on hire to major infrastructure projects in the area. Great company to work for. I've been with them for 12 years. Used to be a plant operator. Then I was a foreman looking after major project work, and then joining the sales team, and then becoming a project manager. So I've had a fantastic journey with the business. Over the last 12 years. We are constantly looking for plant operators in the area. Now, with that, we can offer an apprenticeship scheme. We can offer careers in plant. So Jez will go into that a little bit more in a minute. But we can basically take people who have little or no construction experience and then mould them to the needs of the projects that we work on. Jez, do you want to add on that, because you are the expert here?
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Jez Bonner. I'm the National Training Manager for Lynch Plant Hire. Just quickly, a little bit about my background, a little bit like Tom as well. I was an operator for Lynch Plant for 14 years, and then I was an operator foreman. Then I started getting into CPCS, end-post training, testing, assessing of operators. So now I look after the training for Lynch Plant itself. As Tom kindly introduced earlier on, we work with RMF in the Midlands area doing apprenticeships. A little bit different on the apprenticeships, and it's a phenomenal thing that we do. The apprenticeships is the Trailblazer one now, so you get a variety of categories from dumper, roller, ADT, and then you go up to, as I call it, the golden nugget, onto the excavator telehandler, you know, but we do those things to get you out to work, you know, so we want some fantastic male and females around the Midlands area on the apprenticeships. You know, everyone always thinks apprenticeships are for the young, but we've got the ones we done last year were 27 and 28, still young, but they weren't the 17, 18-year-olds as a lot of people think apprenticeships are. But if we have anyone that's older than that, we've got career implant. Something that we're very, very proud of is the career implant. It's exactly what it says. We've got age ranges from 18 to 55 who are working across the Midlands and the South on the fantastic HS2 project and all the other projects out there, Smart Motorways, the Commonwealth Games, phenomenal things. So career implant is a little bit similar to apprenticeships. We start on the less technical plant, dumper, roller, ADT. We bring you in, we train you on those bits of kit, and we get you out to work. This is all about earning and learning. We want local jobs for local people, and we want to make sure that you're site right. So the career implant is something that we've been doing for about 4 years now. We're just under 200 candidates that we've put out on major projects in that 4 years. And as Tom rightly said, probably about only 20% of them had site experience or any plant experience. It doesn't matter what walk of life you have or what you've been doing. Construction can have you, you know, and that's a phenomenal thing. There's some amazing major projects out there that are keeping people into work. And that's what this is all about, getting people into work, you know. So there's a lot of things that we can do there to do that for you. So that's the career and plan.
And Jez, can I just add that, you know, if anyone was interested in doing this, we don't just put people on these schemes and then leave. You know, you get fully supported. Jez runs a team of trainers and on-site assessors.
Yep.
I'm very hands-on with site. We have our own supervision on site, so full support. Because I remember the first day I went on a construction site, nobody spoke to me. I'd only just become a digger operator. It was really daunting, but we try and take that away from it to make it far more appealing to everybody. So well supported, 100%. And
so just to add on to what Tom just said then, I missed that. So thank you for the lead there, Tom. We actually started this year's career and plan last month. So we done a taster day in Brampton, which is our internal training centre. We got 18 candidates and 16 were for the Midlands. So we've got 80 of them already out to work, you know, so they do the initial training, the theory and the practical. But as Tom said, there's a team of 7. We've got 6 assessor trainers who've all been in the industry for at least 25 years. And those guys and girls that passed their tests last month, we send a trainer assessor on the first day. So as Tom rightly says, you're not thrown in at the deep end. Anyone that does this training scheme is nurtured. You're met on the first day, you're brought in, you're nurtured into the bit of plan that you've done your training on, and we come and we visit you, and we're always at the end of the phone any time of the day. And that's actually quite true, Tom. Any time of the day that you need to contact us. But again, you're nurtured through that process in the career and plan, because that's exactly what it is. We start you on the beginning of the journey, and then through the next year or 2 years, we nurture you into your career and plan so you can continue your journey into construction and hopefully delve out a massive and fantastic career for yourselves.
And also away from the plant, we've got transport as well. So we run a fleet of tipper lorries, which we've brought up into the West Midlands now. They're based right by Birmingham Airport. So there's opportunity there for driving and repairing of the plant and the vehicles. So really the business, it can offer a lot. So you know, lots of different career paths. So it's not just about driving plant. It could be working in the office as a hire controller, or you know, breakdowns. There's lots of opportunity at Lynch.
Yeah, definitely. As Tom rightly said, it's all well and good getting the operator on the plant, but that plant has to be fit for purpose. It has to be well maintained, and it has to be good for work in good condition. And that's where the mechanics and service department come into it. So if we've got anybody mechanics and all that out there, we're always welcome to get in contact with as well. It's not all about getting in the seat on the sites. We need people, great candidates, to actually make sure they're in good working order.
Agreed.
Yeah. So Tom and Jez, if I can just put you on the spot a little bit here in terms of what you presented. So acting as sort of a resident voice here. I think I've gleaned from what you've said today is that there's too many jobs available within L Lynch to list here. But what we're interested in finding out is for anybody who's got either novice skills or no skills or an element of skill occupation so far, you'd be wanting to hear from them to see if you can mold them potentially into opportunities.
Any questions, you know, anything, you know, absolutely we would.
Yeah, definitely. Because we've always got somebody into the phone, because again, the cohort we had last month, I think there was only 3 of them that had site experience, and they were ground workers. And we had a young lady who was working in an office, who friend is in construction now, and she just wanted to do something different. She's hearing about all these fantastic projects. It doesn't matter if you've got no level of experience or if you have been a ground worker or a labourer. Make the phone call, get in contact with us. We're always there to have a conversation with you to see if this is the right thing for you. And again, as I touched on, we do taster sessions. So we done it last month and we done it yesterday. We've brought everyone in, and we've got them in the piece of kit. We've took them through the theory. We've took them through part of the health and safety and awareness test. We've got them into the hydroema, the ADT. So we've actually a little bit like try before you buy, because sometimes what looks great doesn't sometimes is not what you think it is. So that's why we want to get them in the better plan, so they can make sure that it's right for them and to make sure they're right for us. You know, so yeah, definitely get in touch.
And I'll just add one more thing, that when all is done and trained, it is financially very rewarding for the right people. You can earn a real good salary from operating plant and working around equipment. So yeah, it definitely has its benefits.
Okay, then. So apologies, Sanjay. I'll take your question at the end, but I'm rapidly interested in just keeping the opportunities flowing. So if I wrap up the L Lynch session on the basis of, for anybody with no skills, the company interested in hearing from you. Those with novice tickets potentially from training they've already undertaken, they're interested in hearing from you. Those people who are experienced operators or experienced in the sector, they're equally interested in hearing from you. So I would say from that, no matter who you are from the call today, there's an opportunity with L Lynch Plant Hire, and I want to encourage you to use the phone number and use the email address which is posted on there. I'll ask Tom, while I'm bringing in Cam next, to put that in the chat. So if anybody hasn't made a note of it up to now, if Tom puts that in the chat of the numbers to potentially follow up, so you've also got that when you leave here today. So I want to say thanks to Jess, thanks to Tom. I really recognise their skills, because I've worked with them for quite a long time now, and I really recognise the company as something that actually is a good asset to this West Midlands region. And it's great to hear today that they're starting to put the bricks together to make that new head office in the West Midlands, which is where they belong.
Agreed. Helps me, Sean.
No, thanks very much. So without further ado, because trying to keep the flow moving, I have to hand you over to our glorious colleague at Balfour Beatty Vinci in Cam Hundle this afternoon, who again will be providing what is really insightful opportunities, real great opportunities, and the local. So Cam, over to you.
Thank you for that marvellous introduction, Sean. Let's hope I can live up to it. Priya, will you run my slides, or do I need to run them?
If you can share them, Cam, that would be great. Otherwise, I think we might have a backup that I've sent to Olivia as well, just in case. Are you able to share them?
I'm just looking now. Can you see anything? Are you on the wrong?
Yes, we can. Yeah. I think it was the last. Yeah, the last one that I'd sent over.
Yeah, it's the wrong. It's picked up the wrong one. Apologies. One moment.
If you just do the introduction for yourself, Cam, so people know who you are, and we'll sort the slides separately.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
it's
as if by magic. Wow, it's great. Okay, I'll stop doing that then. Right, so Cam Hundle, business partner, Balfour Beatty Vinci, moved across to Balfour Beatty Vinci last March after 3 decades at Birmingham City Council, where I was doing much the same as what I'm doing here, which is matching local job seekers to opportunities in growth sectors and sectors for high demand and churn. So at Balfour Beatty Vinci, I'm within the Skills, Employment and Education team. And what I've been able to do is pull together a program, a pre-employment training program, or a swap, if you like. We've just finished delivering our 5th program, and we've got 74% conversion from work trial to job start. So we are introducing previously unemployed residents with perhaps no experience in construction into roles on construction sites across our project. So we're delivering 90 kilometres of route for HS2. So we're delivering the main work civils contract for HS2 Limited. So we're preparing the route from, if you look at it in postcode terms, from CV47 all the way up through Birmingham and into Lichfield to WS14. So we've got 8 major compound sites across that line of route, with a spur coming off into Birmingham with our compounds across at Washwood Heath, Saltley and Curzon. So lots of opportunities. We'll be employing around 7,000 to 8,000 people through ourselves as a joint venture, and also through our supply chain. And it's really key for us to be able to introduce local residents into the opportunities that we have, principally as general operatives. So this programme has been developed. If you're familiar with the sort of approach and the pathway that we follow, so there's an information day the week prior to the course starting. The course is 20 days. It is full time. At the moment, it's being run through Southern City College, Birmingham, but we are looking at further provision with RMF and Solihull College. I've just been on a call with Walsall College. Our course started with the City of Wolverhampton College with the information day yesterday, and that course kicks off on Monday. We had 35 people in the room yesterday, which was great. It was a great buzz. Real interest in the opportunities. So once the candidates complete the course, we go in with our labour supply partners and we undertake an interview and then select people for a 10-day paid work trial. Our work trials are paid at £11.09 per hour, minimum of 40 hours per week. And on the 9th or the 10th day, the works manager or the supervisor will send me a feedback form as to whether that individual be hired or not. And then they go on to a general operative rate from the following Monday. And the rate increases from £11.09 to £11.90 per hour. So some great opportunities, some, real great case studies that we've got so far of local people going into those opportunities. Next slide, please, Priya. So we're not just looking at site-based opportunities, we're also looking at back office opportunities. So the information management programme for the trainee opportunities that we've got will be a repeated programme, as the general operatives is repeated. So will this programme be repeated. So this has been delivered through Southern City College. Again, information day. Now this is a 6-week programme and successful candidates will be interviewed for a work trial. Again, there'll be the site induction and alcohol testing, etc., which is mandatory for all our roles. And there'll be a 10-day work trial and then a formal guaranteed job interview. And as I said, this work trial will also be paid. So we've got all the information as flyers. It's all on social media, on LinkedIn, etc. We'll make sure Priya can obviously send out an abridged version of this presentation to you all as well. So usually we use QR codes for applicants to put in a registration. to our programs. So that's worked quite well for us, and it streamlines that application process as well. Next slide, please, Priya. So, like I said, so we've got a QR code for those organisations that wish to join our mailing list. We have adverts going out almost daily, really, and then we mop up all those adverts into a monthly jobs bulletin, which is due to go out tomorrow. So it's the first Friday of every month. So that jobs bulletin will go out to everybody on our mailing list, and we encourage you to look at your caseloads, to look at potential candidates who just want to perhaps submit an expression of interest. And that second QR code on that blue leaflet there is for candidates who wish to express an interest. As well as these training programs into jobs, we've also got direct job match across vacancies. So today, for instance, I've had notification that we've got further community engagement officer opportunities. We've got assistant buyer roles. We've got apprenticeship buyer roles. And you know, we've got a ton of vacancies. If I was allowed, you would have seen about 26 slides today, most of which have live opportunities. So if anybody wants to get in touch with me, you can get me. I'll put our team email address in the chat. Please drop me a line. Really keen to hear from you. Really keen to see more residents coming onto our sites, onto our programs, and into our jobs. Thank you.
Thanks, Cam. That's much appreciated. And in terms of the details on the BVB jobs, what's really interesting to hear is about the paid work trials that exist on the back of programmes. But at the same time, and I hope you don't mind, I'd like to give McGinley's the opportunity where they've already made a comment in the chat about the opportunities that they're not presenting today, but equally have available. So this is something in terms of the BVB supply chain labour desk that allows people to very much talk to Cam, talk to the team at Balfour Beatty Vinci, and equally talk to the labour supply desk that exists within Balfour Beatty Vinci. So I want to make sure that people understand from today, the jobs are real, the jobs exist, the companies employing and recruiting are here with you today in person. They're offering a phone number, they're offering an email address and an ability to speak to you on a one-to-one basis going forward. What we've already heard from company representatives today is it doesn't matter the state you're in readiness to move into work. We want a conversation with you. So either you have worked or haven't worked in the construction sector, you have some core skills or some competence tickets. We want the conversation with you. So please take up the offer and that opportunity, because unless you do, we can't, as combined authority, navigate you towards these employers unless you do that yourself. So hopefully from today, there's been enough information for you to take away and digest. I'm always keen to talk about salary rates, job types, job locations. And I think what we've heard today is salaries have been mentioned, locations of work have been mentioned, and types of jobs have been mentioned. Not in detail, but again, what I want to do is give you the empowerment to say, as a local resident, as a job seeker, people are here, they are real, we can see their faces, the cameras are switched on, and they're offering you the opportunity for that conversation to be taken forward further, to talk about the type of job that might suit you, the skills that you possess or need to develop, where you would like to ideally work within the context of where the works are available, and those employers and what they bring in terms of not just the salary, but what Jez and Tom and Cam started talking about the companies themselves, what value is added by being there long term, because actually people don't stay in companies too long if they don't like it. So what you've heard today is people have worked in companies for a considerable length of time. Cam equally just joining, but plans to stay there for a long time. I know that. So hopefully there's enough there for people to take away and digest from a half-hour call that allows you to work search and job seek and gain employment in a much stronger way than you would have at the start of today. So at this point of opportunity, I have to say thank you to Jez, to Tom and to Cam. We have got 4 minutes left, so I'm happy if people want to put their hand up. Let's see what questions we can cover in the time we've got available. So Sanjay, is that your hand up, or is that you just showing me some sign language?
It was up before, but like I said, all I need really is just the number and the email, and just to get started. That's all I need really.
Fabulous. And hopefully what I've tried to do with these jobs clubs, with RMF and the companies, I'll be honest, I was a little bit fed up with people applying to Indeed and not hearing anything back and not speaking to a person. So what we've tried to do is flip the coin so that it's actually focused on the job seeker first, about seeing the person, talking to the person, being able to go to the person and ask questions. So from today, you've got the phone number, you've got their email addresses, and now you've got the image of the person potentially who will answer the phone at the other side. So hopefully that will help you move forward.
Sure. Can I just add, I've put in the chat, I've spammed the chat, so apologies. But I've put in information on our current apprenticeship opportunities. We've got 67 apprenticeship opportunities. We've got a further 30 apprenticeship opportunities with our labour supply partners across steel fixing, formwork carpentry and plant mechanics. We've also developed a placement programme for individuals to experience our the tunnelling part of our project. So based over at Long Itchington Wood, we will have a tunnel coming out through Bromford as well. But at the moment, there's 20-day placement opportunities at Long Itchington Wood as well, for anybody who wants to experience a real sort of tunnel boring machine in action.
That's great, Cam. I think they're unique opportunities. So Sanjay, just bear with me 1 second. I want to come back to my celebrity on the call today, Amar, who's been putting a post in the chat. I'm going to put my 3 colleagues from McGinley's, L Lynch and BBV on the spot, and I hope they don't say no. Amar would like a job. He's actively seeking a job. If he gives you guys a call today, would somebody speak to him and look at the opportunities that exist matched to his opportunity that he brings? How's that feel?
Absolute, 100% for Lynch. Yeah.
Tom and Jez, Cam's okay with that? McGinley's colleagues on the call?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
So, Amar, there you go. You came on today, you had a challenge in terms of you wanted a job. 3 people are willing to have a conversation with you about getting a job. So, hopefully that's something that's been of use to you today. Sanjay, let's come back to you, sir, because you seem to be the popular person on the call today.
Oh, it was the same I was gonna say, because I'm just finishing off my 8 weeks course at RMF. I've only got one more thing to do, which is my ADT, and I've got that booked for next week. But I just wanted to know, because I'm looking for a job like right now. I've got my my Cat and Jenny, my banksman, and my traffic marshal. So I just wanted to know if there was anything going for stuff like that at the minute. Just and then when I finish my ADT, I can go forward from there as well.
So we have general operative opportunities, Sanjay. I can match you to a work trial, paid work trial, so you can get some exposure to site. So I've put our email address, our C-Team email address, in the chat. So if you'd like to grab hold of that email address and then send me an email.
Okay.
And if you've got a CV, if anybody's got a CV, please drop that across to me. If you don't have a CV, search further support from the National Career Service, who can assist you with the development of a CV. We work quite closely with them and DWP.
Okay.
One
more thing, how do I get up the email?
It's on the chat.
Oh,
so it's c.team@balfour-BT-Vinci.
Okay.
And then it would be remiss of me to not point you towards the chat. So colleagues at RMF have also put on availability of occupations that exist within the RMF Labour Desk Supply for those that are completed training or separately to that at the same time. So folks, in terms of wrapping up today's call, because I'm conscious that our employers have got a busy work life to undertake, and equally you guys should be busy getting your phone digit finger ready to press the buttons to make the calls, and equally drop the emails with the CVs through to them today. 4 employers, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 employers today who are saying, we want to hear from you. We want the details of what you have to offer us as a company. What I need you to do now is go forth and multiply, please. So without you contacting these employers, they're going to come back to me and say, Sean, why aren't people applying for the jobs that we've got on offer today? They want to hear from you. You've heard that loud and clear. There's good things available for those that want them. So please, my ask of you today is, if you represent yourself, please make the call, drop the email, send a CV. If you represent people, please make sure you communicate that message out further so that as many people hear about these jobs as is physically possible. So wrapping up the call, I want to thank Tom, I want to thank Jez, I want to thank Cam. I have to thank the team at RMF for pulling this all together for us. But then equally, who's most important on the call? The residents of the West Midlands who are seeking work, because they're the people that are going to drive this region forward. So please do that for me. And thanks everybody for your time today. Look forward to seeing you again on a call of this type. Thanks now.
Thank you.